Isabel, it's a mess. I mean, here you've got, these two boys, William and Harry, who were the nation's, beloved young men when they had to do that harrowing thing, walking behind their mother's coffin. Obviously horrific. Their mother was 36. You can't fail but have sympathy for them. But William's gone one way dealing with it, into duty and all the, his country and all the rest of it. Harry disappeared off. Is there a solution to this, or are we just going to be reading drama about this for the next 10 years?
I mean, I think we'd still forgive him. I think there is a huge
Would we if
amount
she's
of
involved?
Residual affection there still for Harry, and I think it's very easy to make her the kind of scapegoat for all of it, and he is absolutely responsible as much as she is for where things have landed. But I think we could forgive him if he came back and if she played the game. And it was interesting what you said about, the palace initially saying that, she could do things differently. I mean, I think there's some appetite for that, but I think in order to get to that level of national forgiveness, she would have to be seen to do a Kate for quite a while.
Right. I mean, you don't even want a monarchy, so you're probably the last person to ask on this. But we have one. We have a new king. And at the centre of this, Kevin, there's a human drama.
There is.
Which is very real. These two boys don't talk to each other. They pretty much hate each other. The wives have got involved. It's a classic family dispute. Let's just reduce it to that. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen here?
Oh, look, I mean, this family, you can imagine them on Shameless, but they've just got, footmen and butlers. If they lived on
they
lived on a council estate rather than country estates, they'd be known to social services. I mean, they are totally dysfunctional, this family. And it's before we mention Andrew, but there is a human tragedy there because two brothers who were very close have fallen out. But I quite admire Harry for wanting to get out, but he wants it both ways.
Yeah, that's my problem.
He was moaning his dad wouldn't give him, the king now, wouldn't give him any more money. And also he's taken that Sussex title, which opens doors for them. But if he wasn't a royal, what would he be doing?
I mean, look, I'm from Sussex. I've spent more time in Sussex than Meghan and Harry have in the last 2 weeks. Right? So, actually, a month. But... they're never there, but they've got these titles which are given to them. That's what I mean about they trade off Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the royals, to make themselves incredibly rich. And I do wonder if there's a point where Charles goes, actually, you can't do that anymore. It'd be unprecedented, but why wouldn't he?
Yeah, but I think it's kind of irrelevant. I mean, no one really cares about the titles. If you strip them of their titles, they're still Harry and Meghan. They'd still be equally famous. And but
they wouldn't be acting as members of the royal family.
I don't think they go around acting as members of the royal family.
Oh, they do. All the paperwork, all the letter headings, it's all from the office of the Duchess of Sussex. Almost nonsense. She calls herself a princess on her podcast. Little girls have got to make a real princess. You're not a princess. She's not a princess anyway. But they do it quite deliberately to fuel the interest from commercial entities. And really the interest is based on them trashing their family. I mean, without that, I'm not sure what we're interested in. We don't want to hear their woke homilies about life, do we? So I'm not sure how this all plays out, but it's a mess. And Charles may have to deal with it, I think.
It certainly is a mess. And I think the woke homilies have a market in the States that they don't have here.
Yeah.
And the trashing the royal family, even in the States, people begin to get bored of that, I think.